Can you guys believe it? I've been at this for like 7 years, and my channel hasn't really grown that much. Huh. Oh well. Alright, which of these games should we... Ah! Who said that?
It is I, J-Chip from the J-Chip Show, the winner of our Super Bowl bet that happened quite a while ago.
Oh. Yeah, you did win. So you're here to rub it in, I guess?
Actually, I'm here to help your channel grow. You need to put away the bad games like Men in Black 2 or whatever the heck you were playing. You need to play some good games like Metal Gear Solid or God of War 2. These are great games that'll help you out.
But I don't know if I'm ready for that, dude.
Don't worry, we're gonna start off with something small.
What the? How'd this get on my desk?
And since you're on your way to becoming popular, why not try these on?
You sure about this? Alright then. Well, I guess we're talking about a good game today, guys. So, are we gonna do good games now, or is this all just a fluke? Let's find out. It's time to hobo up!
The story for Halo begins aboard the Pillar of...
Sorry, J-Chip, I can't wear these indoors. Too weird, you know? Alright, back to it.
The story for Halo begins aboard the Pillar of Autumn, a human warship relentlessly pursued by the Covenant. The Covenant are an evil alien species after the humans' greatest treasure, a highly advanced and sassy AI named Cortana. Cortana knows a lot of secrets, including where Earth is, ergo, she must be protected at all costs. This is where Master Chief, an advanced and warrior cyborg, comes in. Master Chief must lead the charge against the Covenant on the strange world they have landed in, unwary of the dangers that reside here. Now that was a very broad strokes version of the story, but it's enough to get us ready to dive headfirst into the gameplay. Gameplay for Halo is a first-person shooter. As the aforementioned Master Chief, your job is to accomplish your objectives and reach the end of the stage, all while killing the vile Covenant scum as you go. How do I do this, you ask? Well, with guns, guns, and more guns. The weapon variety is pretty awesome. You've got pistols, shotguns, machine guns, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, and more. And that's before we get into that sweet, sweet alien weaponry. Plasma pistols, plasma rifles, and of course, the iconic needler to mention just a few. On top of that, you've got two types of grenades, the frag grenade and the plasma grenade. Now, the frag grenade is the usual toss and get out of the way affair, but the plasma grenade can stick to things, and both of them can be quite devastating if used correctly. As if that weren't enough, you've also got vehicles to drive. Again, both human and alien creation. The vehicles range from a jeep with a mounted machine gun, a quick and nimble hovercraft, a rather flimsy flyer, and more. Sadly, these don't control the best, which does make the final act of the game a little frustrating, but it's nothing you can't get used to with some practice. Now you have all these weapons at your fingertips, but you can only carry two. That's right, Halo is one of those all these guns but you only get two games. From what I've researched, Halo was one of, if not the first game to adopt the system. But it's not awful in this game, since guns are common and the game makes sure to provide you with a variety, so there's usually a gun within reach that fits your playing style. Now, these nasty Covenant are quite varied in the types of troops you'll duke it out with. From the small grunts to the brutal hunters, these guys will not mess around and will fight you to the best of their abilities. Combat in this game is a lot of fun with a good amount of challenge. I don't recall hearing myself say, "Aw, come on, not this guy again." That said, some of these enemies can be a real booger, especially in groups. Just wait until you actually get inside the Halo. But our hero is not alone for much of his adventure. He will get, help from his Marine companions. And I'm putting some serious air quotes around help because these guys are, well, let's just say they're not the best friendly AI you'll ever see. This is a series-wide issue. The friendly AI leaves a lot to be desired. Sure, they'll take out enemies now and then, but they're not the most effective task force, since they fight poorly and just let themselves get killed. That said, you shouldn't turn traitor on them because gunning them down, well, if you do that, they might suddenly remember how to fight. Just saying. This game is pretty long, and the levels are fairly beefy. Fortunately, checkpoints are common, so you won't have to replay too much if you die. Just make sure you hit the save and quit option before you turn off the game, otherwise those checkpoints will mean nothing. Ask me how I found that out. As far as negatives go, I don't have that many to talk about. I mean, aside from the vehicle controls, poor friendly AI, and the occasional annoying enemy encounter, the only real gripe I haven't said yet is the beacon, or rather, the lack thereof. See, levels can be pretty wide open, and sometimes it can be hard to figure out where you're supposed to go, and the beacon isn't always there to point you in the right direction. Now, there are hints to point you where you should go, but I'm a total dummy and would get lost in these levels. So, when the beacon did show up, it was a godsend, especially in the outdoor locations that are way more wide open. I wish it would show up more, though. And all the stuff I talked about, that's just the single player. This game's biggest draw for many is the multiplayer. Halo didn't invent the 4-player party shooter per se, but darn it if it isn't one of the most shining examples of multiplayer fun. Parties, sleepovers, sibling time, you name it. All those could be made way more memorable if you had an Xbox, 4 controllers, and Halo. I myself know the magic of Halo multiplayer. In college, I would bring my Xbox One, 4 controllers, and the Halo Master Chief Collection to gaming events at school, and that would get played more than anything else there. Despite being over 20 years old, the game still holds up. The graphics have aged nicely and are nostalgic. Sure, by today's standards they don't look the greatest, but come on, for its time this game looked amazing. The blood splatters look fantastic, and are even different colors for different species. You've got red for humans, blue for grunts, purple for elites, and more. The weapons all look distinct and you can easily tell which gun is which. The character models also look great, and everyone looks different enough to easily tell who is who. The use of colors really brings the world to life. Outside the day is bright and lush, nighttime is dark and foreboding, and that's before we get underground into the indoor locations. They all look distinct and are fun to run around in. Also, I just love how Halo is always in the sky above you. So ominous, it's ever present, looming over you, just beckoning you to explore it and discover what lies within. The sound design is great too. The voice acting is top tier, and everyone breathes life into their characters. The banter while fighting is a nice touch too. The Marines taunting the Covenant, the grunts fleeing in terror, the frustrated roars of the elites, and of course, Master Chief doesn't talk much, but when he does, his voice sounds amazing. Now, from what I understand, the hardest difficulty even has entirely unique banter, and it even has a special sequence during the ending. The music, while sporadic, sounds fantastic. So upbeat and epic during the fighting, eerie when something isn't right. And then, there's that iconic title theme. Legitimately, it sent a chill down my spine the first time I heard it. And props to the frame rate. It's smooth as butter. The only time it really stutters is when you hit a checkpoint.
So, that's Halo on the Xbox. How is it? Let's look at it and see. How's the gameplay? Mwah. This game is stellar. Pun completely intended. The gunplay is incredibly fun. The weapons you use are just so cool, both the human and alien ones. And the world just looks so alive and creepy at times. And this game got so much right. And even the stuff it did wrong got better as the years went on. And, you know, this game started a franchise, guys. It's got spin-off games, movies, shows, novels, a whole lot more. And it all started right here. Presentation is also great. Even now, this game holds up and looks great. The bloodstains look awesome. I love how there's different colored blood for different types of enemies. The voice acting is good. The music is awesome. Such the intro. Good lord. Just, guys, this game is light years beyond the bin.
So, Hobo, are you ready to leave the bad games in the bin? I mean, how long are you going to continue doing this? You obviously enjoyed the games, so, hey, why not review good games from now on?
No.
Wait a minute. What?
J-Chip, this game was awesome. Fantastic even. I had a lot of fun, and I'm glad you picked it for me, but reviewing good games? That's not who I am. You know, the bad games need love too. The bargain bin needs a defender, and I need to be that defender.
Hobo, you'll never learn.